Killing Eve, such a huge hit. And we saw the famous scene there on the bus. That must have been, like, doing a fight scene's hard anyway, but trying to choreograph a fight scene on a bus must be extra complicated.
Yes, we were shooting that around, around Notting Hill, I think. And we were just on this very, very, very slow loop that goes around. And we're shooting on a live bus, which is actually quite great. It's challenging in a lot of ways because also you have all your crew members with cameras and sound equipment moving along with you. And there was a bit of a fight sequence there, so it was fun.
Chemistry between the two of you, between Jodie Comer, who plays Villanelle, and yourself. I mean, did you know that was going to be there, or does it develop? Is that just good acting? What's the story?
You know, all those three things. You're saying, did you know? Did it develop, and is it good acting? I think it's all three things.
Can I just say, I'm so impressed you were listening to what I was saying. I'm hardly listening to myself. It's like, wow, Sandra, listen to the question.
I do.
That's very impressive.
I tried to. And so those 3 points, it's like when I first met Jodie and we had our first kind of chemistry read together, I knew that we had good chemistry. I could just tell because it was actually, speaking about listening, it was the way that we were listening together and the way that I could hear, and it's not even so much I could hear, I could feel how she was receiving anything that I was giving to her, and that she would react. And I do think chemistry in some ways between actors is about listening. So I think it's to have that skill as well.
Sorry? Oh yeah, I was listening. Jodie, in Killing Eve, your main accent is amazing, but then you go off and do the different languages and things. Like, was that something? I mean, obviously we'd heard you do kind of English accents, but was that something you knew you could do? Like, as a kid, were you good at accents?
I've always like imitated like adverts and stuff with my dad, but I was the same as Anne. Like in the audition, it was like, you know, she speaks many languages, and I was like, of course, like, so do I. And then like never thinking that I would, like, you know, it would happen. And then as each episode came through, I was like, oh, Russian, German, like they kept going.
Wow.
What's your favourite one to do in the show?
I really enjoyed doing the Italian, purely because that was the one I found easiest to do. French is really hard.
And Daniel, you've done accents in lots of films, but there is a couple of words, apparently, in American that you still struggle with.
Well, not as much anymore because but like, I remember one of the first things I did as in an American accent, like the word girlfriend was very hard, and the word murderer, and I was playing a person who was accused of murdering his girlfriend, so like I had to say all of those things like quite a lot, and it was just like every time I came up against it, I'd be like, girlfriend, no, stop and let me go back.
My girl.
Yeah, but accents is one thing, but like speaking languages, I had to say one line of French once, and it was the most stressful.
Yeah. Before every take, I forgot. There's a lot of outtakes of me going, line, please, anyone help. It's like, it's quite nerve-wracking.
I love your Russian in it because it's so badass.
Thank you.
And I was doing it a bit lately because when people come up to me and I'm just like not in the mood, I've created this like new Russian persona to throw people off. Ivanka. and then people come up and they go, oh, hi, you Rebel Wilson. And I go, no. No, what do you want? No. And I try to channel your Russian. Yeah.
At least you don't kill them.
No, I don't.
Villanelle, because she is quite an extreme character, presumably you get extreme reactions from fans and things when you meet people in the street.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just look at me and think, is it her? But I had one recently that was really strange. Someone asked me for a photograph, and I was like, yeah, sure, and was posing for a photograph, and then she quietly just whispered in my ear, will you strangle me? And I was like, oh. And my publicist was with me at the time, and she was like, no.
Miss Comer will not do that. No.
Jodie, was that Betty? She does that.
Yeah.
This is a story that at the audition, you weren't a Star Wars aficionado when you auditioned for this.
No, I hadn't... Thanks for bringing this up. I hadn't seen any of the Star Wars films.
Well, not a single one.
David!
That's a disgrace.
It was a disgrace. I know.
Yes.
I know. I was like one of the 5 people in the world.
Yeah.
So you hadn't seen any of them, and yet you rock up for the audition.
I rock up for the audition and... could you put that on the thing? Because my...
Of course I can.
Safety first.
Sure.
Thank you. Story time. So I was going to the audition and I thought, I'm just gonna... This character was amazing, she's a revolutionary, she's really cool, and the dialogue was amazing. But it kind of said, just in one of the, in the stage directions, droid. And so I was like, droid. What's a droid? And then I Googled droid, and then nothing much really came up, weirdly, just pictures. There wasn't explicitly, it was a robot. Yeah. And I was in the taxi on the way to the audition, and I was like, shit, I really should know what a droid is. And I was asking my taxi driver, he was like, I don't know what a droid is. And he called his family, like, what's a droid? And then the more I didn't know, the more panicky I got. And then I got to the audition, and I was like, I'm just going to play it like a human, because the chances are it's a human. Because most of the times when you audition, it's for humans.
Yes.
So I went in as a human and I did the audition. They were like, the guys were like, oh, that's really great, thank you. Could you try it a bit more droidy? And I was like, what sort of droidy kind of vibe do you want? And luckily, one of the directors went like this. Honestly, I saw his hand. He was like, a bit more like... And I was like, fucking robot. Full on, like, I know what they want now.
Maybe you hang out with older members of the royal family.
When I can. Wherever I can find them. I found one at this event. It was like a Women of the World event that I'd, like, gate crashed, broken into, climbed through a window into, whatever it was. But then everyone was being introduced, and Camilla Parker Bowles was approaching me with one of those, like, assistants behind her who, like, tells her who the person she's about to talk to is. You know, like Veep, the guy behind who's like this person.
Yeah.
And they were coming towards me, and she was sort of giving her ear to the phone, going, tell me. I didn't know she was coming round. And then her assistant's going, oh, no. I don't know, go for it. So Camilla was like, hello. And then, like, a TV camera was, like, on us, and I was like, this is going to go wrong. And then she was like, who the fuck are you? Why are you an important woman? And I was like, I don't know how I've got here, but... And then I said, I'm a writer, and I write TV shows, and I'm actually... And I just thought I had to get, you know, women into it, so I was like, I'm writing a show at the moment about a female assassin and a female MI5 agent, and they're kind of... chasing each other around the world, and she was like, oh, lovely. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of girl-on-girl action. But she absolutely dead time went, oh, we all like a bit of that, don't we? Yeah.
Your character in Fleabag was quite the Barack Obama fan.
She was a very active fan, yes.
So, if people didn't see it, do describe what happened.
Please, you describe what happened.
Well, no, you were feeling energetic of a night time. But you were trying not to be energetic of a night time. Is that right?
Yeah, she has a wank to Obama speech.
Yes, thank you. That's all we needed to hear.
Yes, but it's the part of the show that most people come up to me and they say, it's so relatable, your show.
And I remember we got the sides through and me and Kim looked at each other and we were like, what? And then, like, the great thing about working with Kim, he's like, let's just do it. Let's just try it and see how it comes out. And then we did it and we were like, genius!
I actually don't know what I was thinking. I was in a complete state of shock because I honestly didn't think it was my time. So then when it actually was, I was like, oh gosh.